Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned for the night. Tonight, we're going to be asking a simple question that I think all parents need to take a second and just think about. And that is, if you die today, will your children be prepared for life? Again, if you die today, will your children be prepared for life? Okay, it's going to be a great show. I want you guys to make sure you chiming in and stuff. Don't be embarrassed or whatever, because you know you're still raising that big old man child that's 33. He's still trying to get his rap album off. Yeah, 6'7", 33. You know, got your little Jody at home. Your Jody.
Right.
But we, make sure I want everybody to make sure they tuned in with everything. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brothers? Thursday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here
yes,
we
it
are.
is.
Here we are. Thursday.
Best day of the week, baby.
That's
Best
right.
day of the week.
Right.
Also give a shout out to mother producer Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
She in the building.
All right. And guys, I always try to rehash the previous week. Well, first, Change Your Lives. We talk about motivation, personal development, parenting, children, all kind of great stuff. We got a lot of good information. Over 300 videos on the Change Your Lives channel. I know a lot of you guys may be looking at my other channel, Mr. Short Dog, which is finance and stuff related. But, Change Your Lives is my first baby, so we're trying to get the numbers up. We actually have. It went up and everything.
3,040.
Yeah, there you go. We had dipped under 3,000. So we still got that goal to get 3,500 by the summer.
That's right.
So we're going to keep ticking with that. But make sure, right now we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So again, we're on plenty of platforms right now. So I just want to tell you guys first, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the support you guys are giving me. I think we'll have an awesome show tonight. Before we get started, I always rehash from the previous week. You guys know I'm knee deep in tax season. I'm the owner of Majestic Business Services, one-stop shop for small businesses. It's been a rough tax season.
It's been rough.
It's been rough.
Rough good or rough bad?
Rough good.
Oh, well, we're going to take the rough good.
Mm-hmm.
He can't complain about rough good.
I got another month. Be on the beach with the girls with the grass skirts, drinking out my coconut.
Celebrating your rough tax season,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Rub it right here. Rub it right there.
Lifting them pens and lifting that computer was hard
Oh,
work.
my God. God. I hear that all the time. You don't do no work but sit at a computer.
Adding them calculations together.
Come on now.
You try to calculate them
Yeah.
numbers.
You saw these muscles in my fingers? Man, all these muscles and stuff just hitting that calculator. Come on now. But nah, man, you crazy, Lab. Nah, been pretty cool. But I appreciate everybody with all the support we've had this past tax season. My other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, we're doing pretty good on that. I think today, as a matter of fact, on Mr. Short Dollar, we hit 23,000 subscribers today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Slow on the trigger.
Yeah.
We're going to have to leave that.
Now, actually, I do have a goal. I want to hit 25,000 within the next month or so. So, guys, we got a lot of great information coming on Mr. Short Dollar. So, again, thank you guys for all the support there. But definitely want to hit the 3,500 subs for Change Your Lives. I do want to give a big shout out to my son, Christopher Burden. His team, with this past weekend, I'm a proud member of 100 Black Men South Metro. We had our annual Shark Tank competition. And his team won first place.
Okay.
They have had an invention. It was like an aquaponics invention and stuff, and everything. So they had like a 6-member team.
Okay.
And Chris had his little four words to say. He was just all nervous. And you can buy my product, some stuff. I'm like,
right.
All the other kids just there giving their little speech. I know he probably looking. They're like, yeah, this product, we can do this, that, and that. And here go my son. And you can use our product every day.
That's the part he felt comfortable with.
Crayola.
Don't be hating on Chris. He did his part.
Boy, it was some jokes on the way home. Like, damn, bro, I can't keep more. Everybody said paragraphs. You got 4 damn sentences. Crayola. You can buy my product. Man, what the hell?
He's doing the best he can. Don't do him like that.
Hey. He had a nerve, had a damn slip, the slip in his hand and read that shit. He had the nerve. The other little kids, they all, walking on the stage talking. He got the damn slip in his hand and you can use our product.
I'm quite sure. I'm pretty positive he didn't say it like you saying it. You exaggerating his you're exaggerating his delivery.
Yeah, where's that kid's father? Who's his dad?
Is that the one that on the Majestic Business Services? Let's be sure not to use him.
I'm dead ass, but he had the shit rolling his hand on the slip. I said, Dad, what the hell you had that rolled down? I thought you had a speech.
Right.
I said, man, he said, no. Boy. You know, my kids gonna need therapy dealing with my ass.
Yeah.
I said, man.
Those are words he don't say in a full sentence together often.
Congratulations, Chris.
Right.
But no. It was pretty good. They won $1,000 in team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at it going. I'm super proud of Chris.
That's right.
But like I said, again, this is Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, where we talk about motivation, professional development, personal development, parenting, children, all that great information. Okay, like I said, we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. You'll see the blue man icon. That's the logo. Subscribe to the channel. A lot of great information currently on the channel. A lot of great information coming down the pipe. So please, subscribe to the channel. Hit that blue man to subscribe, and also hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Now, here's the deal. This is what I want to talk about, because I think there are so many people that, especially in, being a parent of adult children, and you sit there and look at your kids over years grow, and you figure, okay, because we don't necessarily get a manual. We can kind of look at what we were taught, kind of look at what other people did, and kind of look at your peers. The parent is a real funny science, because what motivates your partner child may not do nothing for yours.
True.
So we sit there, when you sit there and talk to your buddies, and man, what you think this, that, and that, and they give you some advice or something you want to run by them, and it just don't work. So we really don't know how it goes. So we try to kind of use our moral compass and kind of, roll from there with it. And tonight, again, we're talking about if you die today, will your children be prepared for life? I wanted to have a conversation in regards to how people handle, certain things with their children. Are you setting them on the right path? Where you at, just like, okay, man, because, I can say it now because my cousin dead now. I remember my cousin Eric, his passed a couple years ago, and I remember my Uncle Fletcher used to be over there like, man, my damn son, he ain't did nothing. Poochie, I wish he would have went in the damn army with you. Look at him, he ain't did a damn thing with his life. And he just be talking and stuff like that. Now, everybody's dead now, my uncle, my cousin. Right. And he was just so much that my cousin was, I would say he was just as bright as me. Right. And he wasn't lazy, he just didn't want to work.
You did.
He didn't want to work. He never had a job.
Oh, okay.
He'd go out there and hustle, but he never had a job. Okay. But as a parent, you know that he didn't grow up with any trauma. Right. In his life, mom and dad work, they retire. But you got a kid over there, he ain't thinking about getting no job. Ain't thinking about it. And my uncle be like, look at this sorry ass. Look at this sorry ass. Take him to the army with you, Poochie. Right. He used to say all the time, just take him with you. I'll get him a rifle. Just take him. And but now, man, my cousin wasn't gonna move. And a lot of parents are going through similar things. Whereas the child is raised and they don't necessarily know what path they want to go into. I had a classmate of mine one time put a post up, this was a couple years ago, and it was about, and I've seen it several times on social media, like what, about black people putting their kids out at a certain age. And it was like everybody putting in, what they 25, 26, 21, 30, whatever. And, I'm military. I left 2 weeks after I graduated high school. Right. And both of my two oldest sons fought the same damn suit. Okay. And I guess, I'm just be transparent with me. My thought process is, I'm trying to get you the hell out of my house as soon as you graduate. Right. And not that I'm throwing them out from infancy till senior year in high school. I prep my kids to get out of my house. Right. You're ready. I'm like, this is it. And usually, I would say with the first two, I'm about sure with the third one graduating next year, all I'm ready to get the hell out of my house. Not from a disrespectful thing or mistreating them, but I done prepped them and kind of get like, okay, look, man, time for you to get out there and spread your wings. But it was nothing that I just throw them out.
Okay.
Is my way the right way? Oh, it's just the way I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know my way. Be honest with you, I left my grandfather's house the same way, and it worked out for me.
Yeah, I left early too. I mean, I was married and had children by 18, so that everybody's story is different. But I was out of high school at 15. I got married. That was my junior year of college. So,
really?
Just trying to feel your way through.
Yeah.
See what's proper.
Yeah. It's funny to laugh because I probably do have a bigger passion than most. I'm not really trying to take care of no grown folks.
Right.
And I probably
want to do that.
Yeah, and again, well, let me say this. It's easy to say, it's another thing to do.
Right.
And that's kind of, I guess even with myself, like, hey, man, y'all got, and I'm very direct with my boys. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, man, look, right now Christopher leaving. Me and Christopher had these conversations. Bro, you going to be out of here in, a year and a half, man. You need to get this together. Get your S together. Because, again, I ain't going to be able to help you with this,
right.
Over a year from now. And giving them a real stern look with it. And I just wonder, a lot of times, do parents really think about that? Because seeing our children have setbacks, seeing our children fail, can be frightening.
Right.
And in this day and age, right now, with so much crime, you got a lot of evil, sadistic people out here right now. You don't know what can happen to your child when they leave out your door. Mm-hmm. So I can understand the want to be protecting your children. But on the flip side of it is too, as you do your job as a parent, you want them to get out there and spread their wings and also do what you just did. Go get their own family, take care of their children and stuff like that, and go be independent, do your own thing and stuff. And if you want to help them, you can help them. But you damn sure don't want to be, again, I'm just going to say, I don't want to be sitting there taking care of no damn adult.
Right.
And I want to have that conversation today because I remember, my mother was a young mother. And I remember my granddad, mama probably tuning in. But he's always say, boy, your mama died for you, you better crawl in the casket with her. My mama used to always be like, mama.
Right.
You're like, oh, Lord. If your mama died before you better crawl in the casket.
Okay.
So I just remember that, and to that sentiment, and my mom's fine. I want to sit there and talk to my mom because I know my mom probably tuning in. But it was just funny. She didn't say hey and that had she, but it's just funny. There's a lot of parents that keep a permanent blanket over their kids, where their kids never get to a position where they can start doing certain things. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you say he remember when you went to the military?
Oh, yeah.
He said if he knew then what he know now.
Oh, what's up, Kylie? That's my dog. Appreciate you tuning in.
So, yeah.
Nah, that was a good time. One of my childhood friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of my brothers. But just thinking about it, as a parent, how many of us can look back and say, okay, look, I'm doing a good job, my child. Mm-hmm. I'm doing okay. You feel okay. You feel confident. But do you have them on the right? You can have them on the right situation as far as you raising them, taking care of them, feeding them, clothing them, housing them. But do you have them on the right path as far as developing them? There's two different things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But let me ask you this.
Let me
throw something in there. All of us as parents think we have our children on the right path. We all think that because why? We want to prevent them from making the same mistakes that we made as children and teenagers and coming up. So we always think, per se, that we have them on the right path. And a lot of times, for our children, when they get older, they start looking at their own path. And they have that, I got to do what daddy say. I'm grown now. Oh, I ain't got to do what mama say. I'm grown now. I'm going to go up to this fork in the road and take the left fork. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you can actually set them on the path, but for them to walk down it is a different story. You get what I'm saying?
Fair point.
You put them at the beginning of the path. You put them at start. It's up to them to run the race.
Let me tell you something to you, Lab. I'm one of them parents, you'll never hear me say, my son wouldn't do this, my son wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, to your point, you can put so much knowledge and responsibility and truth and information in your child's head.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they got their own brain.
Right.
They're going to make their own decisions, to
Right.
your point. And my point more so is not necessarily saying, okay, you know, whatever the path, they're going to make decisions. But a lot of times, Lab, kids ain't even allowed to make their own damn decisions.
Mm. Okay.
They ain't allowed to make their own decisions.
Right.
They're not even allowed to make their own failures. So
They ain't even allowed to ask questions at children when they come.
Exactly.
You know, don't ask too many questions.
Well, what was that? Maybe like a month ago, I did the video. It was a video I did on Changing Lives.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, parents, don't stifle your kids from asking questions.
Right.
Because, you know, a lot of times parents are stifling all these damn questions.
Right.
You being this, that, and you asking too many questions. And what happens is, when you do that, you stifle them from thinking. Because I always say, I think the greatest gift a parent can give their child is the ability to think, how to process, how to make decisions, how to, you know, look at stuff and, you know, and come to their own conclusions and stuff. The problem is, a lot of times, most parents don't know how to damn do it.
True.
So before they can teach, because they pretty much, you know what they just said, Jada said, you know what Chris Rock said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and at the end of the day, you stop for a second like, well, how you know that's true or not?
Right.
How you know that's
how
true?
You know, right.
How do you know that was even factual?
Mm-hmm.
So many times people will get what they think is right or wrong because they see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you dig what I'm
Right,
saying?
I get it.
And with our children, you got to get out there and, you know, be honest with you. You know, you have to take care, but also put them on that path to where, you know, they can do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
You look at, we probably the only animals, period.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't say animals, whatever. The bird,
Right.
the little bird hatch out, they let them fly. All the other little animals, whatever, at a certain point, after they done licked them and let them just get a little milk from mama or whatever, they go out there and do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Every animal, every bird, every reptile, everything. Now, we don't do that. We might still be breastfeeding at age 21.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying, like,
That's
shit.
true.
Come on now. Come on now.
That's true.
And you have to just, like, you know, your question was a very valid question in regards to doing it. But before we get into that, well, the question I want to ask everybody, what do you think, guys, is the actual role of a parent? What is the actual role of a parent? Before we start getting into certain things, you know, I always look at it kind of simple myself is, parent is a person that's going to be a provider, you know, like I said, for the food, shelter, you know, make sure you have certain accommodations in your life, you know, being a mentor, teach you certain things and stuff like that, giving your kids opportunity. I'm a big proponent. It's probably, you know, and way I was raised, my grandfather raised me. My granddad let me bump my head a lot. He kept me in bounds, but he let me bump my head a lot. I had I had a lot of freedom when I was growing up. When I was in high school, I had a lot of freedom. But to that
I
point,
had that problem too. That's why I was married so young.
But I would say this though, Lab, but to that point, I had a lot of freedom, but my granddad, they would just be like, just call me. You know, just call me. If my grandmom needed me, she beat me. I called her. She never really had to worry about me because I always checked in. Hey, Grandma.
She ain't beat you, did she?
Yeah, she beat me. Where you at, baby?
I just want to see how old we is. She beat you.
Yeah, she beat me. You know, she did. You know, she always just let me know where you at, and you know, just and getting kids to kind of just give them a chance to work things out. You know, it's kind of like I know when I was growing up, and you and your partner, y'all get to fighting.
Right.
And it was never a situation where the parents got involved.
True.
You whooped his ass, he whooped your ass. You might have got beat up, but then like an hour or two later, y'all back out there playing.
Playing football again.
Yeah, but then you know you got parents, some back then, definitely a lot of them now. Oh, they ready to press charges.
Right.
They posting on social media. Look what that little animal did to my child.
Right.
And look at this. You know what I'm saying? They buddies.
Yeah.
They buddies.
They
kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how we grew up.
That's true. That's true.
I think it would be very, very, especially like say you grew up in the 90s. It'll be hard, 90s and earlier, that you to say, okay, that's my buddy, and you never got to fighting with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know that's just,
that's very hard.
Yeah. That, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Damn, they're like now, man. I remember when my son Christopher, one of his little buddies, they got a fight in school. This lady went on a whole tangent, man. The kid, she was talking about pressing charges. The kid, Chris, need to get tested. Like, I think her son beat Chris up sometime. I think that day Chris beat him up.
Right.
Little boy fell and broke his arm. But you know, I think it was just really
he just
unfortunate.
And fell, right.
Yeah.
A real truly accident.
Yeah. This lady was on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's just a different dynamic with that. But that's the thing, kind of let them work, let kids work stuff out. Let kids work stuff out, and we're doing it. And I think when adults get involved, that's what changes a lot of stuff. And when you learn things like that, how to kind of let things play out, they carry over in adulthood. But if you never got them opportunities to fall off your bike, to sit there and change the damn tire your damn self, to sit here, you know, well, look, Mama, I can't find my shoes, and your mama still, or dad is still dressing you at 14 or 15, and they looking for your clothes and stuff.
Right.
You never, ever, ever learn how to figure it out.
How to fend for yourself.
Come on now.
How to find that shoe under the bed at the top of under the bed by the headboard.
Exactly. That's simple.
Yeah, I think a lot of times with parents, they like we said earlier, they're trying to prevent them from having to go through the things that they went through, or I'm gonna say us, that we went through as children. But to be honest with you, we struggled. I mean, we struggled, but it was one of them struggles where it just strengthens you. You know, it just, for me anyway, I'm going to speak for me. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but for me, my struggle strengthened me because I always tell you, I say it all the time. I ain't never really had a lot of money, so I'm not really worried about when I don't have it because all things always seem to work out. So a lot of times, you go through those struggles. I mean, I set the garage on fire in my grandma's backyard because I was messing with things. I was doing stuff. I was discovering things. I'm not saying that was a good discovery, but I set the garage on fire. Just little things you go through, as a mid-teen growing up, me in Chicago, you just mess up stuff. I remember I'll walk out on a Saturday, I would walk out the house at 8 o'clock in the morning and wouldn't come back home to 8 or 9 o'clock that night. Literally not at home at all.
Yeah. Ain't nobody tripping.
And wasn't nobody worried about nobody snatching me, wasn't nobody worried about none of that.
You get that, where you been, boy?
Right.
I was like, that was such and such. What's up, Chris?
Right.
My brother Chris from BMU.
What's up, Chris?
Tune in. What's going on now? What's going on? I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, guys, this is a Change the Life hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's topic we're discussing, if you die today, will your children be prepared for life? And like right now we're discussing pretty much what we feel like is the role of a parent. And again, these are our opinions on that. And if anybody, you guys got anything you want to add to it, feel free to it. But I think a lot of times, people, just parents, in general, they don't want to necessarily see their kids go through any kind of turmoil. And even like I said, I understand the whole point of like, man, it's dangerous out there and all the other kind of stuff. But, what was that old adage? And I know a lot of people have heard that when somebody started getting in trouble, they said, well, they start hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Right.
And the funny part about it, I always thought about was the other kid that was in the wrong crowd, their parents said the same shit about
your
you.
child.
Yeah. So your mama saying they the wrong crowd, and they mama saying you the wrong
crowd.
Nobody just meant that damn child hard-headed as hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, we're doing it. Not my child. Like I told you, ain't nowhere in the hell. I'm telling you, I love my children, but you'll never. Now, do I think my kids are murder? Right? I don't think that. But okay, we caught him with some marijuana. We caught him drinking. Hey, look, I ain't finna be. He wouldn't dare do that.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Shit. You dumb mother. Right. I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not that I seen it, but I'm not finna be naive to the point that I would think that my child can't do that.
Right. Not capable.
No. I know. Some stuff I'm like, it'll be hard for me to digest. But how can I put it? Heinous stuff against somebody, probably won't think about it. But stupid stuff,
okay,
I can see.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them hurting somebody, that would probably be hard for me to digest. But just say they did some drugs, some liquor, driving what I did, saying something back to the you know what I'm saying?
That could happen.
Yeah, that could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What Chris say is crazy. I was just on the phone with the same topic as we black folks need to prepare our kids. I appreciate it, Chris. And that's the truth. I think a lot of times, too many people, we're so busy as parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get into two key things I think that parents need to focus on. But I think what happens, we try so hard to give things to our children, we find ourselves so busy, and we let other things take care of our kids. TV, buy them stuff in their video games, keep them occupied to keep them busy, and we don't spend the proper time giving them game.
Well, let me ask you a question. Our parents was busy.
Huh?
Our parents was busy. I mean, I was raised by my grandmother and grandfather, but they still worked. They still was busy. I guess for us growing up, I guess we can't apply it to the same as growing up now as back then, but our parents was busy too. My grandma worked at the bank and all that. They were busy too, but it seemed like we just learned a lot more. We were just more, I don't know what exactly what it, we weren't coddled as much.
But to that point, it was still some stuff you missed too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I missed.
Yeah, that's to that point.
Don't get nobody pregnant at 17.
Boy, you go there. And
I was on the right path to that happened.
Making babies, getting STDs. Your friends telling you, now shave it off, put some Blue Star on it. No, man, go down there. Go down to Grady, man. They'll do this and that, give you that and everything.
Right.
Now, this, oh, man, you can't, come on now. Put the earwax and see if it sizzles. And all that. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, you going to be sweating every night. Oh, Lord. She did me wrong.
So, yeah, it was definitely some things that we did not learn or we missed out on. With them fast tail girls, as my grandma said. Yeah, I was a fast tail girl on my porch. Well, hey, let me see.
I had an awesome childhood, but the thing of it was, I'm just looking at my parents were teenage parents, and so my grandparents pretty much raising us together. And then in my neighborhood, we talk about them 90s. Most folks had a parent or something was on dope and everything like that. So my grandfather was like the damn neighborhood daddy. All of us grew up together, so it was nothing uncommon for me to come home and lab at my house up under his hood. They call with my granddaddy. Okay. Or I come home another night, my other partner, my granddaddy ended up showing him how to tie a tie. I ain't know you were there or whatever. Right. But it was just, he was like the neighbor, that how I was with my granddaddy. And pretty much my buddies grew up, and they don't, that's how that was. Hey, man, WC gonna be by, I need to show me how to do this. And they just go, and my granddaddy was just, he was the neighborhood daddy. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand you may not have that, going on now because, even looking at my neighborhood where I grew up at, where I live at now, everybody, you speak your neighbors, hey, what's going on, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same, just regards to, everybody knowing each other, dealing, you might get a wave or every now and then. The person next door, you probably know them, but across the street, you may just wave and stuff. I try to do a pretty good job knowing my neighbors, but it's just different. It's a whole lot different,
Yeah, it's real different. Like, when I was growing up, I could just literally walk in my neighbor's house and be like, man, I'm hungry, and they give you something to eat. Absolutely.
But that's one of the things, I just think that we probably got away from. Maybe it'll be your moral compass or, how the times are and everything like that because you don't necessarily, maybe for protecting yourself. But it's different. But when we start asking the question, like if you die today, will your children be prepared for life? What I wonder, I'm looking at a lot of things where people are human encountering. Got a lot of folks out here that are raising grown children. And not only are they raising grown children, they're raising grown children with children. And at some point, you got to sit there and say to yourself, was there a ball drop? Was there a ball drop? Especially if Now, if we talking about somebody with some learning disabilities and all this other kind of stuff.
That's a little
But,
different.
yeah, but I don't mean to sound ignorant. But I just seen the manager at McDonald's had Down syndrome, so
Right.
I'm just saying any damn thing possible.
Right.
22 and 22. This kid had Down syndrome.
I mean, he was the
manager at
manager.
McDonald's, and
Right.
they seemed like everything was working great.
Right.
He high fiving everybody. I'm
Right.
like, what in the hell? Now that wouldn't happen on Bankhead. Now I tell you, that what happened on Bankhead Highway? Okay, what happened now? No, that what happened. When I see this kid had Down syndrome, he's the manager at McDonald's, so anything is possible right now. But at some point, we start looking at things happening. Where the disconnect happen? Where you say, okay, cool, because you got a lot of parents out here. Like to your point, we want the best for our kids. We generally we look at kind of like our childhood. We look at what all we feel quote unquote was good. So we kind of model that. The things we felt quote unquote was bad,
We extract.
and we try to make sure that doesn't happen with our children. And somehow, some way, we forget about there's something called the world. And our children, especially the older they get, they spend less time around us and more time away from us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we know as a parent, the older your child get, the less control you got. Because when they little, you can tell them what to do this, that, and that. And as they get older, we can tell them less. Plus, we can protect them a whole lot less the older they get. You know what I'm saying? Well, we could put them on punishment. We can do this, that, and that. They get in trouble at school. We're called to take care of everything. They teenager. You know, you gotta go to juvenile. Gotta go to jail.
Right.
And we can't do anything. And somehow, during that path to going there are a lot of disconnects. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna give this little disclaimer about children. At the end of the day, and I just said a little while ago too, they got their own damn brain. I don't never try to come off as, hell, like I'm Cliff Huxtable or whatever. And I think I do a decent job with my kids. But I'd never sit here and say, like, I ain't had a moments where I'd be like, man, that's stupid. What the? You know what I'm saying? They got their own brain. And I heard plenty of times, sorry, Dad, my bad, Dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't control that.
I think unconsciously for us as parents, we try to mold our children into the adults we, I guess, wanted to be, or the teenagers we wanted to be. And a lot of parents might disagree, but we're implanting these things in them as we see that they should be. So that means we're trying to mold them into what we think is the proper adult, and maybe what we think we should have been as an adult. Because, like you said, at the end of the day, they're gonna be who they want to be anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless to how much we instill in them, how much knowledge we plant in them, how much we give them or do not give them, they're gonna wind up following the path that they choose. They think is right anyway. That's what happens when they become adults.
How many parents done got that message? I'm grown. I do what I want to do from a person that your ass subsidizing. In your house, driving a car that you pay for, that you put gas in, and they let you know they a damn adult.
From them non-profit children.
Yeah. Huh?
Them non-profit children tell you what they gonna do in your house.
What? I said, what? Damn, the puppy talks. Shit. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? How many have been?
Right.
I'm grown, man. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. We start pulling some shit away. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And how many people have that happened to? Well, we got a mess right here on TikTok. Everything but the store. Some parents live there. From second childhood through their kids, and that's true. The point we just brought it is some parents live there from the second childhood through their kids, and I do think a lot of times we do vicariously live through our children. When they have successes, we love it. When they have failures, it kind of hit us real hard because again we put so much passion and everything behind stuff with our kids. It hit us hard, just like we had a mishap.
Right.
With doing it. But the thing that I think a lot of people, and that's why I want to get into key things that I think every parent should be focused on with their kids. We start asking the question, if you die today, your kids prepared for life. two things. I think that you need to make sure your kids are mentally prepared and financially prepared. Okay, and I'm gonna say this before we get into it. I'm not talking about financially prepared for the point of what you leaving them or giving them.
Right.
It's more so what they know. So when I go back to the first one, as far as mentally prepared, I'm a very, and it maybe me just being former military, but anybody knows me. I do a lot of mentoring. I've been a youth coach for over 20 years. What's going on, Lyle?
Your friend, I'd say
Haji,
he said it did happen on Bankhead. Remember, he was a twin.
He was a who?
A twin.
A twin?
The McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
It did happen to the McDonald's on Bankhead. He was a twin.
He was a twin. What was you talking about?
It was a manager of Bankhead. It was a manager at McDonald's. They would have Down syndrome.
Oh, no, man. Go ahead on. Go ahead on. That's why y'all get raw. That man, Kyle robbed it at McDonald's on Bankhead by going home. They had a Down syndrome manager. That's why they got robbed every week.
Maybe because it was just on Bankhead.
Oh, you don't know if you were here then. Yeah, it was the McDonald's right there on Bankhead by Bowen Home.
No,
and,
I wasn't even. Bowen Home was gone when I came here.
Kyle, him and my boy Josh, they used to work in there, man. They get robbed every week, man. But that would be, and on the good days, man, I pull up at the back window. They give me a big old bag of frozen fries, McDonald's burgers. Those are good days, man. Pull up, man, chicken nuggets. They used to come in the big old brown bag.
Right.
We throwing them back there, man. This over 30 years ago. I ain't incriminate myself.
Right.
He's talking about they had a Down syndrome. Man, he's crazy as hell, man. Damn, man. I was just saying to the point, people so damn mean, they be done cuss the damn person out. It wasn't that gonna go there. Those were rough times, man. It was fun times, but I couldn't even see it.
You couldn't see it.
God, he crazy as hell, man. Damn, man. He get me all off damn topic. But we start talking about just the two things, mentally prepared and financially prepared. We start thinking about a parent getting a kid mentally prepared. What I mean by that is, a key thing I think every parent need to make sure that they building with their kid, even if the parent has shortcomings with it, that's their confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it in terms of building confidence. We say how you build confidence with your child. I always say the biggest thing to help your child build confidence is two things, really always, being positive with them. But the second thing, which I think is most important, make sure they're prepared. Mm-hmm. When you sit there and take a test that you know your ass ain't studied for, you're nervous. Mm-hmm. But if you done studied for, you ready to go and get it on.
Right.
Just like you done trained for a track meet, you ready, or whatever. We would do it. I'm a very confident person, but I've had shows I'm like, hey, lab, I ain't even...
Right.
Damn, I ain't wrote nothing down. Well, I got everything kind of prepared. Okay, cool. Let's shoot. We can go. A lot of that comes from just being prepared. Mm-hmm. Some people come out the womb, they just
ready.
Hey, man, they just ready.
Right.
They're different. But I think majority of people, they need to have. Let me make sure I ain't missing this with nobody chiming in. They need to have some kind of preparation. Have some kind of preparation. Again, those positive affirmations. Letting the kid feel good about themselves and letting them know they can do something. I used to have my grandfather say all the time, but there'll never be a black president. He just can process that.
Right.
Great man, love him to death, taught me everything I know, but he couldn't process that.
Right.
What if I'd have bought into that? I never thought I would have wanted to run for president, but he was never tell me what I couldn't do.
Right.
But something that he just couldn't see.
Couldn't see.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, some of the things that we say can't happen, we have to be very wary of, because our kids, it's one thing to tell our kids something. They listen to what we say and they hear what we say, but they're more than likely they're going to be watching what we do.
Watch what we do.
So if you're doing something contradictory than that, they're sitting there like, they're not stupid. They sitting there saying here, people tell them, certain things and stuff, but they sitting there seeing something total opposite for it. They're going to kind of probably gravitate from that. Depending how, the child is.
Right. But
you can't be surprised when they do that, right? So you got to make sure that you're working on their confidence. You also have to make sure that you're preparing your child for the stresses of life. And that's, disappointments, that's heartbreaks, that's failures, that's rejection, all that kind of stuff. When you try to sit here, you don't want nobody to talk about your kid, big head.
Right.
You don't want to talk about they skin complexion. You don't want them to talk about their clothes. Nobody want to get hurt.
True.
Nobody want to get hurt. And what no parent ever want to see their child hurt because of what other people have said to them. And definitely what's more worse if somebody's saying something to you, if a person is restricting or oppressing or you're doing certain things because of something they can't control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he overweight. She look like it, all that kind of stuff. You know, and that tell you up as a parent, see your kid going through stuff.
That's true.
Right? You know, but at the end of the day, the world like that.
Mm-hmm.
Today is this kid in class, tomorrow is their boss.
Right.
So what we gonna do if you can't, at some point, man, I ain't saying to sit here and just beat everybody up to say something you don't like. That damn Will for the Will for the cut some checks.
He finna cut some checks.
Will cut some checks, man. Man, what?
He can't help
crown over there.
He can't help it.
Yeah, no. He could have helped it. I think he just had that moment. I heard Earthquake say something on the Breakfast Club the other day, and I think it kind of hit home. He said, "Will just a victim of a man that loves somebody that don't love him." Yeah. You know, that just and he just keep trying.
It's hard to see.
Yeah,
it's hard to see.
And until that moment comes, like, look, this joker really don't want me, whatever, because he
and it may take years to see that.
Yeah, it done took years.
I mean,
it done took years. August, I seen him. Tupac and everything else. He still ain't come to the fact, but to that point, you can't have your child be receptive. I mean, just not adversarial to everything that happen in their life that ain't cool with them.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the kind of things you got to get your child prepared for them stresses of life, them disappointments, them heartaches and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, today you didn't get picked for, your kid didn't get picked for a certain play or something at the school.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow they got turned down for a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
How you prepare your kid to rebound back from not getting that play and that part in the play is gonna be some of the building blocks why they can get that promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always say, man, I always look at it like success. Success ain't necessarily gonna go to the people who work hard. You have people that work like a damn mule and they'll be in the same position their whole life. Nothing don't really change for them. Right. But people that have failures and setbacks and things go wrong and they know how to click clank and get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt. Now you got some folks stuff don't go wrong. They ain't get that promotion. Damn it. They ain't gonna go back again. Mm-hmm. They gonna be in the bed for a damn 2 weeks. They gonna just give up.
Right.
You got some folks.
It wasn't meant for me.
It wasn't meant for me. I'm gonna go to the other thing. I'm gonna go to another spot. Right. They just don't stop. Those are your most successful people, not the people that actually work the hardest. You got to feel like I said, they just damn. You might as well put a harness on them, and they will work all day and night, and they'll never get rewarded for it, right? Mm-hmm. But the people that actually rebound from failures and setbacks, they tend to be your most successful people because, like I said, it hurt them. But they don't dwell in the hurt as much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they don't let it impact them in their life.
Right.
You know, because we all gonna have that. And
disappointment is a part of life.
Yeah. And as a parent, I can easily tell my kids, hey man, your coach stupid, this, that, and that. Or I can just tell my son, hey bro, look, your ass need to go out there and work a little harder. We can go down to the park, do a couple more drills and all that kind of stuff. But that's your ass. Now, the coach? No, son. Now, if the coach was wrong, we probably had a conversation. Son, no, it's you. And I'll put it on me, too, because I can get you more prepared.
Right, now I didn't do it.
This your daddy talking. I can do that. But no, it ain't the coach, brother.
What did you tell me one time that the coach told somebody, your child just ain't good enough?
Ain't got it. Ain't got it, man. Ain't got it. No.
They thought their child should start. He's like,
Nah. Oh, Dan Curl. That coach they got North Henry. He was, I don't care what you say. I don't see it. And
right, yeah. He told the parent, I don't care. I just don't see it.
And you just sit here, and I remember this brother, he was just saying, well, I got him a personal trainer. We do. He said, well, you probably need to get your money back. And the kid wasn't that bad. But you know, again, if you're at a certain tier and you're other people at a higher tier, it's kind of difficult sometimes to do it. You know, especially you deal in any genre. Just say if it's work environment, if it's athletics, you can easily be in a situation like, man, that joker, they're different.
Right.
They different.
Right.
You know, I remember just even being, in professional ranks. I seen some people that could juggle 10 balls at a time that were just like natural leaders, seen that in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And you have some people that wanted to do well, but they just didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
They were good, but this person's great.
Right.
And sometimes
Natural ability. Some people just have natural ability.
exactly. And when you notice that you don't notice that to make you quit. You don't have to let it punk you, but you also got to be aware. Like, look, man, let me try to find how I'm gonna be able to navigate with that. And a lot of that goes into how you molded your child.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, I'm not going to sit here and talk like I had all this grooming and breeding. A lot of stuff was, disappointment, heartache. Got to find this out, figure it out, whatever. Yeah, but I think my granddaddy did a good job. Being raised by an older person. He was old school, wasn't no.
Yeah,
it wasn't no.
Grandmama, I love you, let me hug you, kiss you, and tell you I love you. Going on around.
I ain't get a hug till I went in the army, but he was really like, that's effed up. That's some B, you know. Right. I ain't getting none of, maybe you want to. No. He had no chase. My granddad was a fool, man.
Yeah.
But the good part about that, I wasn't caught up, but at the end there, I was getting brutal honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Followed it up with the military, where it's the same thing and stuff. And that's kind of like how I am with my kids, And but I try to make sure that I just don't tell them things. I try to, even when I deal with people, period. I think that's probably a gift of mine. I do a pretty good job explaining why I feel a certain way or why that, and I try to get my kids that that point of view to say that. I never tell my kids, if I see something I don't agree with, and I go into probably another point what I'm talking about, mentally prepared. Teach your kids how to make decisions, because I may see it a certain way and it don't make no damn sense, and I'm real big with my kids. Like, well, why you say that?
Right.
A lot of times that's been met not with my kids but other people. Why y'all asking why? No, it's not. I won't say my exes, but that's what it was. No, because I'm teaching my kids to look, explain why. Because you may see it a certain way that, daddy just don't see it.
And then once you explain it,
oh damn, okay, cool.
Right.
And even if the way that they see it is wrong, you know what? They at least put some damn thought to it instead of being this damn emotional damn. Well, I like it. Mm-hmm. It's red. Mm-hmm. It's everybody got one.
Right.
Mother, what the heck? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, I'm not, and that doesn't mean everything in life. You work hard, you want to wear the nice sweater and stuff like that. I get it.
Right.
I get it. Cool. Reward yourself, treat yourself. But damn, brother, if you know you got all the other priorities and all this other stuff to take care of, come on now.
Right.
No, this is what you need to do. Why are you doing that stuff? You got to do that. And I always say push your kids to understand how to make decisions, how to actually look at different options, gather information, process it, and then make a informed decision what they have. Mm-hmm. But like I said, again, a lot of adults don't know how to do that. True. They just look at stuff on the surface and just make a damn decision.
True.
And one thing we always pushed at in the military was that there was no excuse for ignorance. So I didn't know, nobody told me, well, somebody should have said something. Man, that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. That shit ain't getting you nowhere.
Right.
Why the hell you didn't ask?
Yeah.
Why the hell you didn't try to look it up? And right now, when we already talk about Google University, YouTube University, you got the whole world at your fingertips. Mm-hmm. So you have to be sitting here telling these kids, listen, you need to find out. Don't just go out here and make no damn decision irrationally. Mm-hmm. Don't go making no emotional decision, especially if it's a young man. Even with the young ladies out here, still, everybody got to sit here and you got to be able to really understand that you got to make decisions to cover you, and not feel knowing that you got this safety net called mama and daddy gonna catch you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
That work it out. I remember my oldest son when he first went to college, and just typically, most parents and kids go off to school, which is a very pivotal time. We most gonna get that, unless they just at their dream school. Mm-hmm. Most time they gonna get there, they get homesick, and they make that phone call home. And they crying, they lonely, they want to come home, and a lot of parents do that. Well, come on home. We'll go to school around here somewhere. Let their ass stay.
Right.
Because a lot of times they got to sit here and just work that out. And there are a lot of times kids done came home and they asked them been back in school. Then they get a baby. Then they get a car. Then they got to do this and all this other kind of stuff. And everybody mad. Right. But a lot of times you get them calls, you got to let them work out. I remember my oldest son called me. He felt like the coach was tripping and all that kind of stuff, which he could have been.
Right.
Shit ain't got nothing to do with that.
Work that out.
If you can't handle, this is my thought process. If you can't handle competing with 5 guys for a position, what the hell you gonna do? You got 50 to 100 people for a job position.
For the same.
They'll leave me the hell alone.
Right.
Get the hell off my damn phone. Bye. You know, I don't even want a response.
Right.
That's life.
That's
life. You got to work it out, and you can't quit.
You got to figure out what you have to do better to be better than the other one.
You
got to stand out.
Well, Lab, just say let's keep it real. Just say you are better. Just say you stand out more. You might just not get picked.
Right.
And you got to be able to handle that. Life ain't fair. True. It is what it is.
True.
Huh?
True.
The worst thing, I mean, I can tell my kid, well, do this, man, and keep doing this, keep doing it. Damn it, Daddy, I'm doing it. You know?
I'm doing all that.
Everything you said, Daddy, ain't no more pep talks you can give me.
Right.
I done it. The people just don't like me.
Right.
Get it, and that's life. You got a decision to make. You're going to keep on dealing with it, you're going to go somewhere else. That happened to me at the railroad.
Right.
That happened to me when I had my last corporate job.
Okay.
When I ain't hit no glass ceiling, I hit a steel ceiling. All the credentials, everything, this, that, and that.
Right.
Little poochie, you know, got to practice what you preach. Huh? Man don't want you. You too short, you too black, you too bald, I don't know. Right. But at the end of the day, I know I wasn't getting promoted.
Right.
Huh? I wasn't getting no more money. I got to make a decision. So that's the thing, and that's all of us have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? You can do all the stuff. Well, I've been here such many years. I did this, I got that. Got to make a decision. At the end of the day, if you want to let that be your excuse, your drawback, I get it. But that's how it is. Life ain't fair.
Right. And
we have to prepare our kids for that. We can't be wiping their eyes. When I was working, me and Collie was working at Checkers on Bankhead. And at that point, the manager said something. He gonna laugh. The manager said something about me. He tell, I got him the job up there.
Okay.
He come back and said the manager was cussing, talking about, F Chutney, F and all this, that, and that. So, I did the old punk stuff. I told my mama. I told my mama.
Right.
So my mama called the job. What was happening was the manager was mad. And it's gonna come to the point where everybody understand. The manager will, typically work fast food. They might call you that morning. Hey man, can you come on in? Right. I work like a couple days during the week. Weekend come, no. It's time to party. And then Friday, he called a Saturday morning, Friday night. You had a football game Friday night. I'm I ain't trying to, work or nothing like that. But I know when I said I couldn't come in, he cussing. I called later, said what day I was on the clock. He F Chutney. Okay. So my boy told me, I told my mama. My mama go to the manager. You can't tell I'm about 15, 16. Right. You can't tell he cussing. Owner called my mama. And my mama, he cussed my son. And I'm over there like this. Yeah, mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma said something always stuck with me. She said, why you arguing? His punk ass over there ain't said nothing about his job at all.
Right.
My grandma called me a punk ass. She said his punk ass ain't said nothing about his job at all.
He ain't arguing one point.
Hey. My grandma said that. And it stuck with me, Lab. Because I really didn't care about the job.
Right.
I really didn't. You know what I'm saying?
You cared more about him talking about
it. Yeah,
exactly.
And my mama taking up for
right,
me.
Right.
And my grandma said his punk ass ain't said nothing the whole time.
Grandma call you a punk
ass.
Yeah,
punk ass. She's sitting right there. And, I'm like, hold on now.
Right.
But she was right. And at the end of the day, there are so many times we get involved with this child that need to handle their own stuff. I always tell my kids, go talk to your coach, go do this, that, and that. And if you can't, if it's not a respectful conversation, because anything with life, guys, we have to understand. When I go to lab, people say, well, look, let me go talk to lab and go speak my mind.
Right.
And I had plenty of, just being a youth coach, and people come to me, period. Well, let me tell you how I feel. You got to be prepared. That person still might not, he'll listen to you, but they don't see the world the way you do. Yeah. Like I told you, like the guy talk to Dan. No, I don't know. Hell no. He can't play. No, not on this team.
He listened.
He listened to you.
Right.
And can repeat everything you said verbatim. But no, he doesn't agree with you. And you have to prepare your kids like everybody, what you think is right is just that. What you think.
Right.
That
your
doesn't make it
not
right.
Everybody's vision.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly, right?
Right.
So your kid he's a good basketball player, good football player, but if he doesn't fit in the scheme of that coach, what it is. Same thing with any kind of thing. We talk about jobs and stuff like that. you don't fit in the culture of that company. They may want some yes people. They may want people that are hard charging, that don't want any kind of lifestyle or any kind of thing outside of work.
Right.
They may want those kind of people. If you don't fit into that, you can't get upset when you're not getting acknowledged.
Right. That's true.
You know, and you got to kind of prepare your kids for that. Again, we still go back to why we had conflicts with that, lab, because most adults not prepared for that.
Yeah.
So they you know, you got a kid that's sitting there like, they ain't fair. They ain't trying to do this. They ain't trying to do that. Cool. And that's the truth.
That's true.
Everybody in this world ain't gonna like you. Everybody in this world is not gonna listen to you or care about you or whatever. Everybody, you know, some folks just mean. Shit. Some folks mean. You just have to make a decision if you're gonna deal with it or not. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Straight up. And that was just too much from the mental prepared. The second thing we talk about the financial preparedness. And what I mean by financial prepared, not necessarily trying to leave this amount of money, because I have already let my kids know, especially after divorce, Daddy's not trying. Daddy on that Bill Gates and Buffett. I ain't leaving house. I'm living my best life. Yeah, get it how you live. Get it how you live. Don't be expecting all this money when I die.
Right.
The dad's gonna party. I'm spending it all. I'm gonna leave him some stuff.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you some game. I'm gonna give you some game. Trust me with that. But I say all this to say that how many of us are putting our kids on a path to be self-sufficient, where they can take care of themselves? You know what I'm saying, lad? Where you can sit here like, okay, cool. They can actually they got several skill sets or whatever. Because here's the deal. I always say, you know, college ain't for everybody. It's easy to say college ain't for everybody, but at the end of the day, it's asking for opportunities for anybody.
Right.
That's the thing about it. And that take a lot out of you as a person to be constantly, I work hard. I'm a hard worker. I'm a team player. I do this and I do that. You know, I do that. And at the end of the day, we know that jobs pay you. And I don't get into the be self-employed or have your own business. I've been self-employed, had my business for 20 years, but I never push.
Right.
You know, either way.
That's not for everybody.
No, exactly. Right. Damn sure ain't all the BS I go through. So I never pushed it. But I say this to say that when you have to constantly keep pushing what you'll do for somebody and put yourself at their disposal, that's what weigh at you. When you bring skill sets, well, look, I can do this, I can do that, and now you're attractive to any employer because, look, that man there, he ain't just talking. He's a producer. They make results and stuff like that. Now you got that weight to do that. I can make this. I already got a track record. There are people that can go from job to job to job, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, just like that, because they that kind of person. Right? And then if you just ain't that kind of person, you're like, look, man, I'm going to come in here, I just need to work this, that, and that, you're going to get rewarded accordingly.
True.
It's how it is, right? We know in the company who get paid the most, sales. Why? Because they make the company money. Right? You make company money.
Income, and we are expenses.
There you go. Operation going to get paid less because it's plug and play. Right? So you have to put your kids on a path to be self-sufficient, where they learn skills. They know how to cut grass. They know how to paint. They know how to, work on the car, do certain things where they got a skill set or something that they can maybe one day, if they need to, transition it out. You know what I'm saying? Little boy, you might not want to be a tax preparer. You need to know how to do it. You may not want to be, social media guy, but you know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So do those kind of things. We had the janitorial company. They all wiping pissy toilets. You want to do this, you want to do that. But you know how to do it.
You know how to do it, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those kind of things when you have to put your kid in a position where they can always feed themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing where you don't have to be asking or doing certain things, because that's very difficult for anybody.
And do you think that path where they can be able to feed themselves and, working or whatever they choose to do, or however they might be the next billionaire, who knows? But being willing to transition, like if you're in one job and that job certainly decides to terminate, and then saying to themselves, well, I'm gonna go work. I can't get a job for less than this, but willing to work something a little bit less in the aspect of still looking for something more, just to keep bills paid until things get. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are not willing to work a job, make it a little bit less, why they still look for the job that paid them exactly what they owe more than what they were making at the last job that terminated. You get what I'm saying? It's like a lull period.
Let me tell you something. Like my granddad told me, when you start talking about what you ain't want to eat, what my grandma cooked that night, your ass get hungry. So
this told me we got.
I'm gonna say this, and this is how my perspective with that. It's one thing if you say, okay, I've been making $50,000 at this job, I can't take no less than $50,000. If you were the type of person that can, garner $50,000 from employers, you'll get it.
Right.
You'll get it. Right? You'll get it.
Right.
But if you're not that type of person, you just coincidentally got $50,000 at that spot because you were there 10 years.
Okay.
If you're not the type of person to command that kind of stuff, you might not get it off the rip. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do something, have so much pride, that you can't do something in the meantime and still be looking. But I'm just saying, if you're a $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 person, you gonna get it.
You gonna get that.
Huh?
Right.
You gonna get it. I know what Poochie got to get paid. I got all these damn degrees and stuff.
Right.
I know what I got to want.
Right.
I know. You did. But at the end of the day, man, I know I should get this. I feel, if nobody's offering it to me, it's turned to what? A feeling. A feeling. Right?
Right.
If I can command it, people offer it to me.
Right.
I know what kind of offers I've got. Man, you want to come up here and work for us? You want to do this, that? You can do this remote work 4 quarters. You can do this little CFO position. I give you this. I know what the hell I can command.
Right.
Right? Because I got offered that.
Right.
And I get offers, right? If you don't get that, you just kind of talking about what you want to get.
Right.
I
get
dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, if you don't see things going a certain way and pride gonna overcome you, that's just on you.
True.
That's just on you, right? But if you know it, I mean, LeBron James, Tom Brady, these guys well at the tail end of their career, and they still can go to other places and command what? Top dollar, right? Because they that guy. And you got some guys, I'm going to hold out. I feel I should get this. I feel I get that. And the owners be like, shit, right? All right.
Was that the guy from Kansas City who got his $500 million contract, right?
Hey, man. Hey, look, you feel like, hey, Mahomes, that's what I'm saying. If you want, you can get it.
Right.
I'm just saying they're going to give it to you, right? But if you just feel like you should get it, I look at your boy Julio, man. Julio sat there like, nah, hey, man, I feel like I should get this. Falcons shot them off. And nobody breaking their neck to get at the Julio no more. At one point, you were able to do that.
Right.
The market dictates that. If you can produce that to make that kind of money to do that, you got that leverage. But because you was that dude, don't mean you currently are that dude.
True.
And that's just life. That's your life. And I think the more you can be realistic about yourself, you know what I'm saying, the easier life will be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have to instill that in their children. You got to.
You
they got to be realistic about themselves.
How many times you ran across a guy who used to be an entertainer back in the day, and they still act like they still got no one
Still
out?
talking about still talking about the gold records they made in the 80s.
Hell, even 5 years ago.
Right.
You know. Yeah, damn.
I know somebody like that do that every day.
I mean, being a damn time warp. So you have to just be very, very careful of that, man. But also, like, make sure they they're ready to make any kind of wage. They're ready to make a wage. You got to make sure that you got them in a position where they're independent of you. You know, if they need my kids know, and again, I give it a disclaimer. I'll never say my way is the right way, whatever. But I never tell my kids I'm playing Z. You know what I'm saying? But they know I'm damn far down the alphabet chain.
Right.
I want you to mess up a little bit.
Right.
You know, I ain't saying be hungry.
Right.
But I'm saying, you might have to skip something.
Right.
Before you call me.
Noodles for
yeah. Because you got to understand, you'll never learn how to function. I don't want you to be homeless. But damn son, you got to figure it out.
Right.
And unless you go out there and fail and bump your head, you'll never learn. And you got to make sure that you putting on some kind of paper, they got to get some kind of independency. And if they can't handle that and they want to pout, hell, that's on them.
Yeah,
that's on them.
If you're still in, first thing you're gonna say, I don't want to call my dad. I gotta figure this out. I don't want to call him. Not that it's bad to call you, but calling you is like a letdown to them and you.
A fool told me you should put me on. Wait the hell I do.
Right.
Wait I do. When I know you prepared
Right.
to be put on, I put you on.
Right.
You know, that's the thing about it. But, you know, we all know as we progress in life all about relationships.
Uh-huh.
And you'll be a fool to damage any kind of relationship because you want to help somebody because you worried about if they're going to do right or not.
Right.
No. You know, you got to let your kids go out there and go through some stuff.
Uh-huh.
I ain't saying let them sleep up on the bridge. But I'm just saying, you know, damn near, you know, usually before it gets that bad, they'll figure it out. Somebody lose their job, they get sick or something. You can't control that.
Right.
But them just sitting there saying to you what you asked me earlier, I ain't finna go work in no McDonald's.
Right.
I ain't finna go work in no warehouse. I ain't finna do that. But you'll come stay with me.
Right.
You want to get me for money instead of going to do that? No.
Right.
You know, I can see if your job, you got sick or, you know, your spouse or something like that. You know, you that's legitimate stuff that you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
But you turn around like, hey, man, you know, you can go do this for a little bit while you're working stuff out. Cool. And when people do that, especially your children do things like that and they trying, you don't mind helping them.
Right.
You don't mind helping them. But you got to sit here and tell this joker to go get a job, go pay this, go take care of that and that.
Right.
Come on now.
Right. Haji said he glad you and your mama lost that fight. Because he's so much better than that.
Hey, that Collie crazy. Collie crazy. Bankhead legend. Collie crazy hell. Man. Nah, man, it's been a good show. Hey, listen, guys, and that's it for what we talk about tonight in regards to if you were to die today with your children. I'm about to forget my topic. If you die today with your children, be prepared for life. Now, as what I always do, guys, I open the floor up, so if you got any questions regarding anything outside of what we talked about, you know, I open it up for you. I know on TikTok I had some people ask some questions, so I just want to scroll through these right quick. And if you see anything, let me know.
I will.
I got somebody saying,
right now.
I'm a new business owner. Any new grants? All you got to do go to Miss. That was simple. You go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. We got a grants playlist, over 150 grant opportunities. Just go check it out. We got almost 400 videos on Mr. Short Dollar. So just go to the YouTube channel for Mr. Short Dollar. Look on the grants playlist, and you know we got stuff dropping all the time. We got stuff currently down. So that was an easy one. Got some basic ones. I agree. Here, there, and there. I don't know how many people still on and stuff. Listen, guys, I want to tell everybody I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Again, remember, guys, the goal is 3,500 subs for Change the Lives. We want to try to get there. Again, today we made 23,000 subscribers for Mr. Short Dollar. You know, so that was cool, man. That was cool. Yeah, man, we've been working hard. So what I do want you guys to do, you know, even with following me, y'all check out my Misfits Radio, Misfits Media family, man. Tune in, Google Misfits Radio, Misfits Media. We got shows dropping every day of the week. Comedy show was last night. What's tomorrow, Lab?
Tomorrow is nothing.
Tomorrow, nothing. What's Saturday?
Saturday is nothing.
Saturday, and then Misfits Sunday. What show was that? I mean, that's Misfits, but what time is that? I'm sorry, on Sunday.
Sunday we have Shannon Jack Me at 1. Westside Misfits at 3. Then you hire at 6:30.
There you go. So listen, guys. Each thing, what? Just Google Misfits Radio, Misfits Media.
Yeah, Misfits Radio. Actually, you could just go on the Misfits Media group. It'll pull it up. Simple website, YouTube channel, Roku channel, all that. Pull up right up under that.
That's simple. That's simple. So listen, guys. You know, I appreciate you. I will appreciate you guys supporting my Misfits Radio family as well. But let's get up to 3,500 subs. Anybody else got any other questions? Anything that may be business related? Let me
Nope,
see.
not over here.
Ain't it? I don't see now.
Nope.
Look.
We good.
Okay, cool.
We good.
Well, I appreciate all you guys, you know, tuning in and stuff like that. Love you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you guys next week with Mr. Short Dollar. Talk to you soon.